What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and tonight we are here for Fan Friday. And I'll tell you what, they get me pretty effing pumped up every damn week now. We've got Ricky Bobby in the building. Apologize for that. Wanted to get revved up right before I went on. I tried to hold it off, but he's going to be revving and rocking here. So Sturgis Live. Let's go. But I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in live here tonight. You're watching this later. Love to hear your thoughts. But we're going to go through. We're going to recap the week. We're going to talk about some things. And I know it's sicko season. So not a lot going on, but we're going to make it go on. We're going to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles and our journey, our road, shall I say, to victory. So we're going to keep breaking it down. I appreciate you taking the time during this sicko season, but it is Fan Friday, so that means it is your show. You get to ask all the questions, everything that is on your mind, wherever you want to take this show. Let's effing go. Now, I appreciate some of you tuning in for a second time because we talked earlier today, some slander towards our quarterback one. Well, we're not going to have that, so we'll talk about everything under the sun, whatever you and your heart's desire. Let's get into it, but let's go. I see the chat rocking and rolling. Let me pop on over here. My man Justin catching us live. Let's effing go. Yo, my dude, I really appreciate those kind words earlier. Cannot thank you all enough for showing that support, letting me know that, this is, appreciated. And I told you this weekend, we're going to have a good time. I'm going to do my best to keep you entertained. We're going to have that cap show talking about the free agents and the trades. And then, of course, that NFC East breakdown, breaking down everything under the sun. We're going to talk about the cap space, what's going on with these teams. And we kind of already talked about the draft. But yeah, just like every year, we'll do that. So that's coming this weekend. But tonight, again, this is for you. So I appreciate you tuning in. Justin, my man, let's go, baby. And my mistake, completely thought I put out a post and then I looked and there was no post about Fan Friday. So nobody could get mailbag questions in. So you got questions? Get them in right now. But that's my bad. Losing my mind here. But yo, let's go. My man William in here. Let's rock and roll. It's bird season, sicko season. And I appreciate you all tuning in. And look, man, I know it's tough times here. It's, I swear to God, like every time, no matter what time throughout the day, whenever it is, I go to make something and it's just Reverend Ricky or somebody's lawnmower right next to me. It's like, all right, dude. So, doing my best out here, but oh, sweet Lord. But I appreciate all of you. And I kind of threw in like a South Park impression in there, too. I think it all just kind of happened. So, yo, Lil, appreciate you tuning in, dude. And you're one of those people I was talking about. I know you were here earlier today when we were talking. So, feels like it's been centuries since then. I really feel like it's a different day already. I'm like, oh, my God. Like, my head has been pounding. I've been feeling extremely sick the entire day. So, it has been a truly tough one for me, but was looking forward to this one, and I'm going to try to bring you as much energy as I possibly can. Try not to drift out to sea. I'm sure I'll say some stuff that just is truly incorrect and off the wall, but bear with me here. But look, guys, it's been a long week. It really has, and I can't thank you enough. Twisted, my dude, just saw your comment, got back to you. Look, I love you guys. I can't thank you enough for getting those comments in. When you do that, that helps the algorithm, helps those videos grow. So it's not like I don't want you to. A lot of you say like, oh, sorry, I missed it. And I hate that you missed it too, but I understand that we all have different schedules, work, family, everything. So it's perfectly fine. But if you ever rewatch those, comment, man. And if you've got more than just a what's up, you want a question, you want to talk about anything, I am down for any of you who do. I'm always down to talk some birds. So we've got our first question of the night. Let's go. Appreciate that, Allison. Who will start at right guard for me? I'm going Tyler Steen. I know it sounds crazy, but you guys heard why I said that, okay? Now, this is nothing, and usually I give you analysis based off, I always break things down. Now, since being able to watch Tyler Steen, this is why I feel so strongly about it, but the original, I can't say, I got to give it up to my guy, my source there that works with the offensive lineman, and I asked him right when that draft pick was made, what's going on here? Why are we taking a guy that has played left tackle predominantly his whole career? You got to think he's switching, right? He said, Jeff Stoutland thinks this guy could be the next Brandon Brooks. He's got the size, the smarts. He's got it all. They really love this kid, what they saw from him. So right off the bat, I was like, okay, I'm in. If Jeff Stoutland loves this kid and is saying stuff like that, sign me up, rev it up, let's go. He's revving, we're riding, let's go. I think Tyler Steen, he's the real deal. And look, if it's not week one, I'm okay with that. But I think this dude clearly is going to be the starter next to Cam Jurgens for the future. So that's awesome either way. So if Cam Jurgens wins this job, that's awesome. Now, what was said to me before the draft even happened was Cam Jurgens, they would like him to really, if he wants to play that spot, put on like 10, 15 pounds. And he is, gone on record saying that now after we talked about that. And you just don't really want an undersized guy. Now, Isaac Seumalo was almost the same damn size. So the thing of it is you want Brandon Brooks instead, right? We had some issues last year, giving up sacks, certain things. And I think we're still one of the best lines. If you can get Tyler Steen up to speed, and if anybody can do it, that is Jeff Stoutland. I think Tyler Steen wins that job because it's not that you don't want to cross-train because you're already doing that. It's just I don't want Cam Jurgens, to get fit in there. If we need something, I want Tyler Steen to be ready to rock and roll as the starting right guard, and Cam Jurgens is taking over at center. And, you've got a lot of pieces here, a lot of versatility on this line with the depth. And Jack Driscoll, the jack of all trades. I think that, his versatility, that's huge. He can help out at tackle and guard. So he could be the backup to Steen with Jurgens being the backup to Kelsey. I don't want to say anything's going to happen. I'm not in any way, shape, or form hoping that. But I just think that let's stick to what we got here. Landon Dickerson, when we brought him in, the thought was he's taking over at center. This monster of a man is now one of the best left guards in the game. So let's find out if Steen can do that. Now, this is just all me getting excited about this guy because of what someone told me, and then going and watching the tape on him and really liking what I saw, but he's a left tackle, so I have no idea. That is such a completely different monster than right guard. Now, as a tackle, I mean, sure, it's more important, but that's not to take away from how important right guard is and the things he has to relay for the center. The center, you're kind of making sure everybody's in place. The right guard kind of making sure everybody knows what's going down. There's a lot of communication from the right guard there. So it's important. So maybe you want someone that's had a year, Cam Jurgens. If he wins a job, I'm perfectly fine with it. So I feel that no matter what, we're in a good position, but I'm really, really excited about Tyler Steen. So great question there. I was curious about that Magic story you had mentioned. Oh my God. So Justin, I'm glad you brought that up, dude. So you guys know this is Fan Friday, so you can ask whatever the hell you want. And you guys want funny stories. Like I was one of the most insane young men in the history probably of men. So always some wild stories for you. But we were talking and you had mentioned Magic the Gathering, which was completely from a different story. But you had asked if I had played it. And I never actually played it. But I had some friends that did, and we're talking middle school. So I want to say like 7th, 8th grade, something like that. But our parents, they always wanted us like going to these church event things, like, because, we hardly ever go to like church on Sundays with them, but we'd like go to these like concert things or whatever, just whatever they can do to get you. So anyways, we get to these things and the one we went to was, okay, this one's like, you got to pay all this money. Like it's going to this ski lodge and they like rent out all these different lodges, like the whole damn church. And then there's this like huge barn. Maybe somebody knows what the hell I'm talking about here. I can't for the life of me even remember where that was. I think it was somewhere here in PA, but dude, there was this like huge barn and it was awesome. Like there was like a huge game room on the second floor. Like they redid it. Like it was really cool, but they had these like Christian conference things, like, the song and dance and the gospel, all that stuff. So anyways, this is like my buddies, like Stoker, Garrett, Josh Schneider, dude. And I mean, if you would tell anyone that right now, they'd be like, the church crew, like what? You were doing what? Okay, man, we were in middle school and, look, and for anybody that does that stuff, I'm not trying to knock on you or whatever. I'm just saying it's funny that like, if you know who I was and how crazy we were, you'd be like, what? So they send us to this church thing. I think Evan was there too. Don't want to leave him out. But I know that Josh, Andy, and Matt were the ones that were like real into Magic. So they brought their Magic the Gathering stuff with. And so just for something to do, because we're going to stay at this thing for a weekend. So, dude. So, and if you guys have Eagles questions, I'm just drifting off, and this, you can get them in here. But look, this thing, Tiffany, appreciate you tuning in. Right now, we're doing a little story time here. Thanks to Justin. He's curious about this, but I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend. We're going to talk some birds here, but this is Fan Friday, so whatever's on your mind, get it in there. But all right, I'll try to pick up the pace here. So you got the backstory, you understand it. So we go to this thing, like the opening night. When we get there, we unpack our stuff, put it all in the rooms. We go to this like event, concert deal, whatever. We get in the room, and this kid's like saying something about how he was in our room and he found their Magic the Gathering stuff, and he was going to tell these people, because Magic the Gathering, of course, is evil. So, my friend like ends up like, anybody who knows Stoker, he's a little wild, but ends up like getting in a battle royale with this kid, like a little pushy, and then it gets taken into the hallway, and by one point he's like got this dude by the throat, and it's very intriguing. So right off the bat, man, these people they know what crew they're dealing with, right? So we're in trouble right off the bat. They don't like us. We're going to be on lockdown, right? So it's just like, oh God. And they do. They treat us like complete crap. So all because Magic the Gathering, you can get your stuff back when you leave. They take it, like, oh my God. So I come up with this great plan, me being me. Late that night, everybody's passed out. And I can't believe we were even bold enough to do this. Like, you didn't think like somebody would be awake. I don't know, whatever. But we get the camcorder that Josh brought with. We take it out. And this is like, this is devious, man. And if anybody was a part of this or a victim of this, please speak up, because this is one of my favorite effing stories. But I take the camcorder, and this guy that was like a straight shitbag to us, like, Captain America here, Jesus, best follower, I'm the man, I know. Anyways, this dude's walking into that barn. Okay. So I camcord him going into that barn. Then I stop the tape. Well, then we proceed after he comes out, leaves, presumably goes to bed. We sneak out and we go into that barn. And oh boy, we demolished the entire place. And we didn't break anything like that, but all the couch cushions, all of the tables were flipped upside down. And again, we didn't like flip them, like break them. We just put everything in a precarious position to where we knew that their lives were going to be hell having to try to clean it up. So there was like a thing of marbles they had. We like poured it all over the floor. We wrecked this place. But problem was, I recorded him going in and going out. That's all I recorded. Dude, tell me why we told on this guy. And it was one of the most epic things. He like literally had to like fight for his life that he didn't do this. And they're like, dude, they've got tape. And we were just really concerned. We didn't know why he was going in there late at night. We didn't know what he was doing. So I've always wanted to meet that person, because I have no idea how that story ends, whatever happens to him. I know he got put on like Jesus notice or whatever, and they like he wasn't a counselor anymore. But mess with the wrong group, dude, all over Magic the Gathering. That's what happens. Somebody gets choked out. People are getting, set up. It's just how things work. But dude, that was like middle school. So that's just the beginning of my tales. So now that you've got me telling ridiculous stories, if you have anything on the Eagles that you want to throw out there, but I'm glad you did ask that, Justin, because I know you had brought that up, and I told you to remind me this week, and I would tell you, because that's what Fan Friday is for. So anything that's on your mind. But people like to treat others like crap. And earlier today, we saw someone trying to treat Jalen Hurts like crap again. Now, some people have said, oh, no, he's giving him a compliment. Yeah, well, probably the most insecure, self-aware. Insecure, no. So we talked about this earlier today, talked about his physical limitation. So a backhanded comment in there talking about him not having arm strength. Clearly that's been proven wrong. Those people needed to get their eye tests, to get those eyes checked. So clearly this dude, he has an agenda. So we talked about that earlier today. Go check that video out. But I showed you probably like 15 different clips of this guy just going to war. And he even has one where he's like, I've done my best to campaign against Jalen Hurts. So you have to understand that this dude, And the show he was on is the same one that Dan Stilio comes from. So their agenda is negativity and to hate on our birds. So we're not going to do that in these parts. We're going to celebrate. And look, we got this guy here who was busy today on I-95. The new overpass was built. And of course, he got to be one of the first there with all of the rest of the Philly mascots and firefighters there. So fantastic. And also, want to give a big happy birthday shout out to Howie Roseman, my twin. And you guys are the ones who like to say that. I really don't see it. I don't see how I mentally I can get that. Physically, I don't. I think that is possibly, and someone came out with like a tweet not long ago, and it was like, who's someone that people say you look like that you, and I was like, Howie, and I have a picture right next to him, and maybe you guys just think my big ass nose. I don't know. But I love it. I think it's hilarious. But happy birthday, bro. And we're going to hope this off season we make things work with that, man. Third time's a charm, baby. So let's effing go. Getting pumped up here, man. Getting pumped just thinking about it. But we got some comments. Let me jump on over here. The same age. I don't remember that game played. Yeah, and that's something I was telling him. That's like, right. You got to think like middle school there, right? So like I'm definitely just about to become a teenager, something around that part. But we were definitely playing outside and stuff. But that was a popular game. Like I like video games and stuff too. But I maybe played like every couple days and maybe an hour or two. Like we had fun on it. But yeah, outside was definitely the thing. But Magic was big. That started becoming big. And my friends were into it, but I just never played it. That was not something. And I wish I actually get worse then as time goes, and then like stop playing sports, stop doing anything awesome, and just start drinking and being a dickbag. So I wish I could go back and punch myself in the face and just be like, go play some games or something, dude. You don't have to be Mr. Cool Guy. So well, you live and you learn, I guess. Absolute wild story, yo. And I'm telling you, if you ever ask me any stories, you're going to get, and I love, and people always say, and I'm like, this is why I'm going to write a book someday, because, you know, when I tell a story, people are like, yeah, right, dude. The fact that it's hard to believe, that's what makes it so epic. And it's like, hey, man, I don't need you to believe it. I've lived it. It's like, ooh, anybody who knows me in person is probably surprised that you guys even haven't gotten more out of me, just my insanity. And look, I always tell you guys that, like, look, I don't drink anymore, but I still like to have a good time. I don't care if people drink. Like, I hang out with people who drink every damn game. Like, it's that stuff. Like, we are all different. We all have different stuff. And it's like, you guys can talk about whatever you want. And I've talked about how I haven't drank for almost 7 years. That's because that was my issue, man. Everybody has their own vice. Everybody has their own things. I'm just trying to speak to the people that, you know, I know, but I'll be there for any of you, man. And I just want you to know that I'm here to have a good time. And I love sharing stories. You guys can tell me what you want. And I definitely don't, but I enjoy laughing right in their faces. And I enjoy bringing receipts as well. If I could start a band for the O-line, assuming Steen starts, who would play what in a metal? Oh, geez, that's a damn good one. And yo, I went to McMullen's page right after I got off, and I didn't see a single reply from him. But it was like he replied to 2 things, and then he didn't say anything for a day. So I'm wondering if maybe he like deleted it or something. What is your name on Twitter? I don't. I'm a drifter, bro. But that's a great question. So let's get to that. Assuming that Steen is the starter, who plays what? Whoo! Well, you got to have Mylotta as the singer. I mean, I think that's right. That's clear. Kelsey, who seems like the guitarist here? I mean, let's go with Kelsey as the guitarist. He's the center. He's the lead. Let's go with left guard Landon Dickerson. He's got the bass. Rhythm. Lane Johnson, always in rhythm. Okay. So 2 guitarists. We got the drummer. So that leaves Steen. Let's go keyboard. Let's throw him a keyboard here, huh? But yo, dude, that's a great question, though. I like that. What would they be called, right? Stout. That's what we'll call them. Just Stout, right? Man, Stout you. This line, I can't wait to see what they do with these running backs. That's another show I want to do. I took a screenshot of something I saw that the Eagles aren't even in the top 10 of running back groups. I'm going to go through every team. I hope you guys know I really put work in when I do stuff. I actually go look at every team's like depth chart. I want to know everything about this stuff. Like, so I already know the players, but I want to know who their 6th string, like wide receiver. You know what I mean? Like, I want to compare everything to these guys. So I'm putting in work, but they said that the Eagles don't have a top 10 running back group. I'm intrigued by that. I'm going to look into that and get back to you. But yo, this O-line, they're going to dominate, man. But yo, glad you enjoyed it. But he wanted to hear it. I was like, yeah, whatever. But it crazy. And you guys say that all the time, and I love it. It truly, and somebody said last week, they're like, look, that's a compliment, man. I'm like, I know you guys aren't trying to be mean, but I just find it hilarious. I'll take it. And I think we are 11 years apart there. So that's why I always call him my brother, because I definitely can't be his son. I think some of you guys take me for being younger, but I appreciate the hell out of that. I know my face looks it, but this disease, I feel, makes me look like an old ass. Like, I was talking to that source today when I showed you guys that video earlier. I don't know if you guys were here for that, but I was showing you a little sneak peek at our quarterback. Don't tell anybody. He's putting in work. But I was talking to him today and just telling him how I'm getting it together, man. I'm going to be working out hard because I got to be ready for when I get to that bro barn. When I get to those close practices, I don't want to be looking like I'm dying anymore. And it makes it tough, but I appreciate that. I do. You guys are way too kind, because I feel like I look like Skeletor. So the fact that you compare me to Howie Roseman, I'll take it. Dude, I do. And I hated them. I really, and I was a wide receiver. So great hand-eye coordination. That was my thing, man, Mr. Hands. But I hated those. I don't know what it was about them. I just thought they were so dumb. Didn't want anything to do with them. But I totally remember it, every little turd in the world. And then remember Slinky? I had a couple of those, taking them on down the stairs. Kids these days would be like, what were you guys playing with? Like, what? But they don't understand, man. We didn't have all the awesome, like, I just was, thank God, like, becoming a teenager stuff with, like, the video games really becoming popular and things like that. I mean, there was Nintendo and stuff and Atari before me. I'm not saying they weren't out. I'm just saying, like, we were way more into playing outside, like breaking into old barns so we could have WWF matches. Like, that's what we did as little kids. You know what I mean? But just wild. But I'm not one of those old people. It's like, oh, you gotta do the same thing as I did. Like, I know times change, and it's cool as hell that they have, all this technology, but you also got to be careful with, how much technology they have, because I've got a kid who's now 13, and so I know what age he's at. I'm like, oh God, times are going to get intense, and you gotta stay on top of that. And man, it's changing with the times. I'm trying my old ass to keep up with this stuff, and he's saying stuff that I don't even know about half the time. And he's going to be helping me with this one day. I tell him, like, you can get on here with me, but, thought that was cool for all the Philly mascots. I thought that was pretty neat as well, Tiffany. I posted the little clip in case you guys weren't able to see it. It's on my YouTube, so go check it out there. But I thought it was quite hilarious just to see them going. That's what we are as a city of Philadelphia. I don't live there now, but I mean, it's in the blood, and that it makes nothing but sense. And I love every second of it, dude. I really do. Okay, with his brother then. Yes. Okay, we'll go with that, right? But you tell your kids that the 80s and 90s were the best. And I was born in 86, so I got to indulge in the 90s, but I was lucky. I have a brother who's 9 years older. I have a sister who's 3 years older. My dad was born in 1950. So, dude, and my dad was awesome when it came to music. So I got everything from 50s, 60s, 70s, a little bit of the 80s. My brother gave me some 80s, 90s, and then my sister was like the new age 90s. So I had really good music. And then my friend, the one I mentioned, Stoker, with the magic stuff, and then my buddy Quincy, who passed away, they were insane. They spent all their money on CDs and had just like those, like 3-4 of them. They like competed to have just like thousands of CDs, but they knew all the music. So I got to learn all the music of today while hearing all the older stuff. And Tiffany, I think I'm stuck in those times when it comes to, talking about music or just so many things. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm turning into that person. Like, I don't want to be Old Man River. Like, back in my day, we used to, like, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm telling you, like, the music, and it's no knock when people mention, rappers or, these metal bands. I'm not kidding. I have not heard of most of them. And I'm a huge fan of both genres. I listen to what I listen to, and that's most of the 90s, 80s. And I'm big into old school rock, like with my dad, like a lot of Zeppelin, Floyd, Doors, like stuff like that. But it depends on what I'm doing, what I'm in the mood for, So I let the music carry me, right? But seriously, they were the good old days. And, kids today, they're going to have to feel that same impact. And I never thought that when I was younger. Like, I'm never going to say stuff like that. But it's kind of like our brains too, at the same time, they find, I think for me, losing so many people, I have such great memories because of things, it takes me back. It's like with Kelly Green jerseys, I can relate anything to the Eagles, but it's like, you can, it takes me back. And I love that. It reminds me of times with family members I've lost and stuff like that. So maybe it's like, I'm sure there's great music and things like that I've not heard of. And I'm very positive of it, but I'm just kind of like stuck in my ways. And it's like, I never wanted to be that person, but you guys hear me and see me all the time. I'm always asking you, like, give me a new rapper to listen to. Or if I use somebody or something and I have no idea who they are, I'm like, oh, what are they singing? Tell me. But it's bad, man. I was a big metal enthusiast growing up, and I've been learning about all kinds of different ones. And you guys have been showing me new rappers and I'm not a big fan of country or anything like that. Those are my two favorite genres, but I'll listen to anything, man. You guys can give me like dance music. I don't mind. Dude, we used to get troned out and listen to techno. My man Daniel up in here. Let's go. Appreciate you, my dude. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. I was actually just thinking about you earlier today because I went back to get a clip of something for somebody, and you were the comment. You were popping up on the comment, and I was like, yo, Daniel, but appreciate you, dude. Hope you're doing well. And don't think I'm not thinking of all of you, but it's just cool when I see you guys popping up, and I just think of you. I hope you're doing well. And you guys could have been on the show the day before, and I would think maybe I haven't seen you in a week. So just bear with me half the time. But, dude, I hope you are doing well. Really appreciate you tuning in. I know you've been tuning into these Fan Fridays, and I love them. These are seriously they're so fun to me, and I look forward to them, just sitting down. You guys always get me go. I mean, the Magic the Gathering right there in itself. I mean, you get me all over the place. And yo, AEP, appreciate you tuning in. Hope you are having a great start to your weekend. That's right, the weekend. So we got to get some excitement. Now, a lot of us, it means absolutely nothing. Got to work anyway on the weekend, but I still like to get excited for you guys and get pumped up. Let's go. So Friday means something. I mean, that's how they built this system. So let's celebrate, right? Whatever. So, yo, I can't thank you enough. Can you rate the Philly mascots? Well, that's a good one. Yeah, well, Swoop, guy sitting next to me, I'm going to give him number one. I mean, right? So we're good there. After that, Gritty's got to come in very close second because that dude, he's the man. Dude, okay, here we go. So story time, Gritty. So one of my best buddies passed away a few years ago now. And it sucked, obviously, but I went to the funeral. That day I get back, and my girlfriend was just like, what do you want to do? Like, tough day. Like, we can do whatever you want. I'm like, I just want to relax, whatever. All of a sudden I get this message, and it's from like this bank. I apparently like weeks ago, those things that are like, sign up to win tickets. And I never even fill those out. The one time I did, I win tickets to this game. They're like, can you make it? Then I'm like, okay, let's go. Like, can we just go? I need to clear my mind. Like, this is like a sign, a message, whatever. So I go out. Now, let me just point out, my friend had red hair. Okay. We're talking full red hair growing up. Now it turned a little more darker hair, but he had it in his blood. So you have to understand that. So we go to this game. Wouldn't it effing be the unveiling of our new mascot, Gritty? I've got videos and photos. I'm telling you, I got chills just telling you that effing story. My friend had like red hair, like the orange, you know what I mean? And it just felt like, and he was crazy. Like, dude, I was just, it really messed with me. And I'm like, what is this guy? And people are like freaking out in the stands. Like, what the hell is this? Like, people are booing him. And one of the first things he does is he has this cannon. He gets a cannon out, and I'm talking point blank. I wish my girlfriend was here to tell you. This is one of the funniest effing stories. Point blank range, just one of the flyers, fan people out there. Woo! He just point blank shoots him right in the face with the t-shirt gun. I could not stop like crying, laughing. I was watching this dude. He like fell. It was awesome. It was awesome. So I got to see his first ever. I was there, and just life is weird, man. And when you're in tune with it, it really does speak to you. It's weird, but he's got to be up there, man. But Swoop's always going to be my guy because that's just how it goes. But we'll call him 1A, 1B there. After that, I can't believe the Philly Fanatic. I would put Gritty over him, but I just feel like ever since they changed, and it's not even like they changed that much. I still love the Fanatic, and I grew up. He was my favorite. You know what I mean? He was number one. I can't believe a fall from grace. Lord, did I really just put him at number 3? Oh, I feel like it's a sin because it's like Swoop isn't really all that. I'm sorry, dog, but he's really not all that, entertaining or anything, but he's still Swoop. It's the birds, right? I don't know that I really Swoop. I might have to put you back, dude. Because the Philly Fanatic and Gritty, I feel like they need statues in this city. I love them. And but Gritty's really got I have a soft spot for him. I don't know what's going on. What is it like Ben something now, or it's not the dog anymore. Franklin. Sixers down bad. So we'll just pass over that one. I saw there was it is Franklin, isn't it? Shit. Sorry, dude. But whatever. And then there was like Cisco the Snake. I seriously didn't see his name. I just made that up. But I'm guessing that was the soccer guy for Union. So yeah, cool. I don't know, but he's gonna be last because I don't even know who the hell he is. But go Birds, dude. It's cool. Just hey, and I'm always trying to be me. And look, I'm crazy. That's obvious, right? The proof is in the pudding there. But you guys bearing with me here. I know some of you enjoy it, so I appreciate you guys. Liking me for who I am. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate you, and glad I can make you laugh. But that's a great question there, man. And I don't know, Swoop. I'm sorry, dude, but 3-way tie. That's where I'm putting it because I don't know. But Swoop is Swoop, right? He is. He just has that. It's like Jalen Hurts. Like he doesn't have to go out and like be super loud and boisterous. Like he's just him, right? This is tough. Twisted just threw this on me, right? I didn't get time to prepare for this. I love it. But that's a tough one. That's tough. Who are you ranking? Where are you at with this? Franklin. Okay. I'm sorry. I really did. I just threw him right under the bus too. I was like, hey, he's gone. I think he's at the party. Like, yeah, you left an hour ago. He's just sitting at the punch. Like, I'm still here. Sorry, Franklin. I don't know. Just not my guy. But number 1 is Swoop. It's just like that's what my heart first said, and then it's like, but I grew up loving the Philly Fanatic. Gritty had such an impact, like being there just since that moment. I've loved him, and he's insane. So I mean, I love what they have done with the whole character there. So I love all 3 of those guys. Franklin, I don't know. You're gonna have to figure something out. Maybe light yourself on fire, jump through a ring. I don't know. We gotta keep our composure. Something to get the people riled up. I think that would go a long way. We'll see, though. Never realized Swoops until, he's got those bad boys close up in there. He's just staring you right down there. So he'll get you. Number 1 is Swoop. So, and look, I'm calling it a 3-way tie because I did say Swoop won, but I really love Gritty and the Philly Fanatic as well. And they all can have their own argument there. The only argument I have for Swoop is, well, he's the Eagles mascot. So that right there makes it number 1. So you guys have asked before, like how I rank, the Philly sports. And man, this is one where like, I'd like to do like an age gap, like how I ranked the sports, certain times at certain ages. So, Fang, is that his name? Oh, with the PHO. That's gold. I love it. Fang. Oh, that's rich. The Philly Fang. Oh man. I'm not even sure how to take this information in right now. I'm loving it though. Tiffany's dying too. Dude, this is great. But Cosmoozy, with that Uzi, I appreciate you. Don't be a floozy. I don't know. But, dude, I appreciate you throwing that out there because, I knew his name wasn't Cisco. I was just throwing that out there. But Hey, no knock on him. I just don't know who he is, so I can't really rank him. I'd be like, just like when we talk about the draft or anybody, if I don't know him, I'm not going to lie to you. I have no idea who Slytherin is. So, Fang here, work your way up too. Maybe you join Franklin in the, burning ritual, whatever you got to do. Stand out because you got 3 legends right in front of you. So, and that's it, right? Twisted. And it's like, I as I said it, as I went swoop gritty, Fanatic hit me and it was like he was there, like almost like right in my face. Like, yo, dude, what's that? What's that? It's like, the uncle or family member, somebody who's been there, for you the whole life. And then there's like, yeah, this guy's really been, and you're like, I've also been there. You see that kind of stuff. Sometimes people getting upset, but dude, it's tough. Fanatic is, he's the man. And he really was there for me throughout childhood. Love the dude. It's a 3-way tie now. You guys aren't putting me through it. You're not. Fang is cool blue dragon. Oh, it might always come in last, but he's got stiff competition. That's true. And look, it's like being ranked with the Eagles right now, being at 5, because it's like, look, we have 5 studs right now. So that's not a bad thing. And no knock on Fang here. And now I am truly a fan of Fang because now I just found out he's an effing dragon, not a snake. So, we just upped our game a little bit. So, winter is here. Winter is coming. I'm in for the dragon. Look, you know that we don't want no snakes in this community here, and we've got plenty of them already. Now, finding out that Fang is a dragon, that gives him at least plus 10 in the cool category. So, if he's got some ancient, history to back it up, Fang the dragon, I'm with it, dude. I like it. He just right there. He's working his way up to Franklin already. Making moves all because of you. Love it. Let's go. Yo, I go by when you think of mascots, you think of the Fanatic, not Swoop. Just, hey, well, weirdly enough, I think it's probably because he's right there, right next to me. But, yeah, I went right with Swoop. But I'm telling you, as soon as I said about the Fanatic, it hit me. It was like, you really can't put him 1? And it's like, damn, well, I don't want to. I don't know. It's a great question. Who do you guys have at number 1? Philly Fanatic, just that's history to me. That reminds me of being with my dad, all that stuff. And Swoop has that too. But Fanatic just kind of holds the reins there. But that's tough. I think Swoop I love so much because I see him so much, right? And whether you're going to a game, whether he's attacking me at the closed practices, open practices, the whatever. He attacked me at the fantasy football thing last year at the link. Got some pictures with him. I had that shirt I have with all 4 of the Philly mascots. I wish I would have been wearing that today. That would have been fitting, right? Sorry, I was wearing Hurts today, though, so that is fitting. But he came up and he just like grabbed hold of me and was like, and I was like, what the? Because he doesn't talk, So, but he starts pointing at my shirt and I'm like, oh, I'm on your shirt, dig it. So he wanted to get a picture with me, took a couple snaps with him, but they're all iconic to me. Those top 3, man. So it's tough for those guys behind them. So, hey, not bad to be in that company, though. Now, let me check my phone here real quick. Gotta check up on the lovely lady here. Well, that means I'm going to have to get rolling here shortly. But if you guys got anything final, this has been a great time. I've truly enjoyed this Fan Friday, as I always do. You guys are awesome, but you really got me all over the place. One of the things I did want to show you was I really loved you guys that got in those rosters of yours. We even had somebody creative in here, and damn it, sorry, I forgot your name, but he said, hey, didn't say I had to take 5 players, so he threw in 6. He went with some cheap ones, found some diamonds in the rough, loved it. So loved to see what you guys have. But if you have any of these, anybody who's watching this later, you want to tell me your $15 lineup, get it in, man. Now, we were going with just picking 5, but hey, you can do whatever the hell you want. But it was something I was going to talk about with you. It's just a weekly recap. Nolan Smith was something I wanted to get into as well, but just another workout video of him today, getting people excited. And I think I cannot stress this enough. Get excited. This dude going to be a stud. Yes, he will be depth to Hassan Reddick, but he's also going to have snaps where he's on the field at the same time. He's getting work as a stacked linebacker, off-ball linebacker. He is a weapon. We're going to use him. Same for Jalen Carter. So get excited, ladies and gentlemen, and stay excited. Let them slander this team however they want. They're going to continue doing that, but We just have to continue laughing right in their faces. That's all. My personal opinion, the Swoop should wear a Santa costume every home game with snow, whether it's Christmas or not. Well, I did have him in a Santa outfit this past December throughout, so I'm sure you enjoyed that. But gear up. Hey, you want a Santa costume? Maybe we should gear him up every holiday, have a good night. Yo, we got a couple minutes here. Just wanted to give you a 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. We got to put the 2-minute offense on the field here, ladies and gentlemen. So any final questions that you have, anything on your mind, get it in. You're watching this later. You want to talk some birds? I'm always down. Seriously, you want to have a 50 comment, back and forth conversation? We will do that. I don't care, man. And I tell you, follow me on any of these platforms talking about anything under the sun. And don't be sorry, my man. Just letting you know. If you have any final thoughts, feel free to get them in. But yeah, that's all I've got for you tonight. It has truly been a fun Fan Friday. My head was pounding when I came on here. It's still kind of pounding, but you guys don't understand how much you helped me just find that positivity, knowing the family was going to be home, just trying to get positive here. You're going to turn my Fan Friday around. Let's go. So I hope I was able to bring you some joy on this Friday night, or maybe you're watching this later. But if you have any criticism, anything you want to add, anything you'd like to start seeing on these, let me know, please. Next week, we are going to start where I will have a thing where you'll know when it's time, and you'll add in your questions, and we'll pick one. We'll pick what the favorite is, and then we'll do a topic for the next Fan Friday. So stay tuned for all that, ladies and gentlemen. But have yourselves a great weekend. I'll be back tomorrow. Again, we'll be doing that NFC East breakdown. We'll also be talking about cap space, all that great stuff. So I hope to see you then. Until then, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there. And as always, say it with me now. I really love coming back and seeing you guys still saying it when I'm going too. Oh, hold up. We got a comment. Oh, it disappeared. I'm not going yet. Hold on. Can't wait for another. Yeah. I'm with you on that, Tiffany. So we're going to do our best. It is sicko season to get through this time. We've got 79 days, ladies and gentlemen, until game number 1. So we'll get through it the best of our abilities. Training camp begins next month on the 25th. They will show up. 26th will be the first practice. So that month wait we've got, I'm going to do my best to keep you entertained. But I appreciate all of you again and again. If you need anything, feel free to reach out, and look at you guys going in that chat. That's what I'm talking about. Have yourselves a great rest of your night. Hope to see you tomorrow. And as always, go Birds!